In this video, we're going to be considering matrix equality. That is to say, if we have two matrices A and B here, and notice that we're using capital letters to indicate that these are matrices, we say if A and B are equal, then they are equal if and only if their corresponding entries are equal. So that is to say, first of all, that they both have to have the same order, these matrices. That's one thing that we want to have to write here. But basically, if one matrix is equal to another matrix, obviously it implies that they have the same order. But they have the same order, and another way to write these two matrices would be this. We would say that this is the matrix full of all of these little aij's in here, where this has m rows and n columns. And we say that it's equal to the matrix full of all these little bij things here in this m by n matrix. And so we say that these two things are equal if and only if A that is in the ith row and the jth column is equal to the same entry in the ith row and the jth column in the other matrix. So when we say we have two matrices like these here, we say A equals this matrix here that is if we're going to comment on the nature of its order here, we say is a 2 by 2, and it's equal to this B here that is also a 2 by 2. I'll write that on both. But basically, if they're equal, then their corresponding entries are equal, and it's 1 to 1. So we could say that 2x plus 1 is equal to 3. One thing we could do is we could just kind of drag this over here and say, well, because that's true, we could solve this for x, and we get this. We get 2x equals 2, so x equals 1. And I also noticed that x was present here as well. So could I have just said that x equals 1 here? Well, yes, x equals 1 in any of these instances because we're talking about the same x here as we are talking about here. So you could take your pick. Basically, we could say also, that z is equal to 4, I notice here. And then also we would say that the entry here that is in the second row first column is equal to the entry here in the second row first column. And so we would say y is equal to pi. So in this particular instance, we could say that these are the values of x, y, and z if these two matrices are equal, and corresponding entries are equal to one another. Cheers.